While NFTs can no longer be called new, they are still quite the sensation in the world of digital art and collectibles, and even the world at large. They are giving artists a wider pool of opportunities to sell their art and connect with art enthusiasts and celebrities who are also jumping on these opportunities. But what exactly are NFTs? As you've probably heard before, NFT stands for non-fungible token. The word fungible is used to refer to an item that can be replaced by another identical item or an item that is mutually interchangeable. An example of a fungible item is fiat money. Your $20 bill can be replaced by someone else's without a problem. With that in mind, it would mean that non-fungible items are those that are unique and so cannot be replaced by another item, regardless of how identical they might seem. So a one-of-a-kind trading card or limited edition Jordans would be non-fungible. But to be more specific, NFTs are digital assets that represent unique ownership of items. These items are typically art and collectibles, but there are also NFTs that are legal documents, for instance. NFTs are built on blockchain. To be precise, currently most of them are built on Ethereum blockchain. But the fact that they are non-fungible is the primary factor that distinguishes them from cryptocurrencies. Now, as mentioned, NFTs are typically art and collectibles, and this art could be a GIF, image, video, or even a document. Whatever the item is though, it has to be digital. The fact that NFTs are unique and people pay millions of dollars for them does not mean that they cannot be enjoyed by the general public. For instance, the founder of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, sold one of his tweets as an NFT for almost $3 million. This tweet is still visible to everyone who cares to see it, but one person now actually owns the tweet, aside from the original poster of the tweet, of course. So, how exactly is this ownership determined if the item still exists for public viewing? Well, NFTs are designed in such a way that both the buyer and the amount that they bought it for can be determined. Each token has a unique identifier which is linked to an Ethereum address, so that ownership is easily verifiable but not transferable. So when you purchase an NFT, ownership of that token is transferred to your wallet via your public address. Your private key proves that you own the digital file, while the token creator's public key proves that the digital file you purchased is an original. This public key also shows who the original creator is, signifying that while the person who purchased it owns it, the creator still maintains copyright ownership of the file. Also, that the original creator of the token can be verified is definitely another reason why NFTs cost so much, because often the value of art depends on the creator. In this way, it is kinda like buying a Monet painting. First off, while you now own the painting, Monet's signature is somewhere on it, so he still owns the copyright to the painting. Secondly, you definitely bought it because it was created by Monet. And third, you can put the painting up in your house for everyone to enjoy, but the ownership belongs to you. So when it is said that NFTs are unique, it's not because they are not reproducible, but because ownership of them is not transferable. This scarcity, or seeming scarcity if you will, is what makes NFTs really expensive. Imagine a tweet selling for almost $3 million and a Gucci Ghost GIF selling for $3,600. A lot of people are willing to spend that much both for the unique piece of art and for the pride of having spent that much on something created by that big person. Scarcity, though, is why more and more people, from celebrities to Sixpack Joe, are creating their own NFTs. Literally anyone can create an NFT. All you would need to have are a digital wallet, some Ethereum if you'll be building it on Ethereum blockchain, a connection to an NFT marketplace, and your idea, of course. You don't need any kind of skill to be able to create one, because NFT creation platforms do most of the work for you. All of these conditions also apply if you'll be selling your NFT or buying one. All of that said, NFTs are beginning to have a lot more uses than art appreciation or ownership of unique art, and that is because of the unique ownership that it confers on the owner. For instance, NFTs could represent items like the deeds to a car, legal documents, signatures, and the like. With these documents as NFTs, ownership will be inherent in the documents, removing the need for registration agencies. NFTs could also be used to represent tickets, sports tickets, movie tickets, whatever, and this is also courtesy of the unique ownership that they confer. But unlike with the arts thing, where just one product is typically created, tickets for an event cannot be just one. Because of the unique ownership, each ticket can have just one owner, eliminating the possibility of multiple people using just one ticket. Not everybody is sold on NFTs as collectible items though, and the argument is that if these digital products can be enjoyed, downloaded, and even duplicated by everyone, what does owning the original do for me? Its unique ownership feature makes it useful for a lot more than that. We'll just have to wait and see how creative people get with it. With that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, consider hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the notification bell so that you know when we post a new video. Thanks for supporting our channel and have a great day.